Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be painting a sunset scene, sort of like a rocky coast, nice sky, some clouds on the right side and some light coming through the clouds, sort of a sunset, sort of like a twilight scene. So I'm going to attempt to paint it all with a palette knife. I'm not going to use the brush at all with this painting. See what happens. I put a piece of tape across the middle just so I have a nice even horizon line, and I'm looking at the sunset, the horizon. I'm going to need some yellow up in here, so I'll work on that area first. Just take some cad yellow and some yellow ochre, a little bit of orange. Sort of try to match the color I'm looking at in my reference photo. I'll just show you what I'm mixing here. Orange, yellow ochre, a little bit of cad yellow, sort of like a dull yellow. Alright, and let's come up here and sort of use sort of a sideways stroke and start to infuse that onto the canvas. I'm using 12 by 16 canvas panel, and sometimes I put this down so it doesn't move around on me too much. I'm going to put a little bit of white into it, just kind of dull it here as it gets away from where the sun is. The sun's right in here, so that's where it's going to be the strongest. So I'm going to sort of dull it a little bit away from that area. And it's okay, I put the paint on thick. You just put it on as thick as you want when you're doing this. Now right in the middle, I'm making it stronger. It's an impressionistic painting, so I don't have to worry about details too much. I just come over in this direction. Some areas just straight cad yellow, so I'm kind of sort of changing the flavor here and there. And let it go off on the side. A little white, sort of dull it over here. White's sort of like a dulling color or a cooling color. Try to keep my hand out of the way as much as possible when I'm doing this. And you can sort of blend it with the knife on there. I'm trying to blend it, but I'm trying to at the same time not lose all those little actions I have in there. So, now white over here, because I know I'm going to have blue up in the sky, and I don't want it to turn green. So that's another reason why I'm trying to use more white as it gets away from the sun. Over here I put almost straight white. So I'm just sort of keeping all those little action in there without trying to cover the grain of the canvas, but I'm trying to get rid of all those, keep all those little actions in there at the same time. I have that color in there, a little bit of stronger color over here. So that covers that area. Now I'm going to take a little bit of white, a little bit of blue, use a little bit of ultramarine blue with some, what do you think, Prussian blue mixed together. I'll show you what I'm doing there. Ultramarine blue, a little bit of Prussian blue. Come to the top, and I'll start to this color on here. Use a lot of white, use a lot of blue. It takes a lot of paint. Grab a little bit more white. Let me grab another plate. I use a plate to mix my colors. One of those. Blue, cerulean blue. White. white. I have a large tube of white so it doesn't run out on me all the time. Just want to try to cover the rest of the canvas. Varying amounts of these two colors. You can put a lot of paint on there. See how much paint I used? A lot of paint. I kind of wish I had a larger knife too. While I do this. Comes lower, I'm using more white. Trying not to let that mix with the yellow so it doesn't turn green. So down here I got more white. It's hard not to let it mix, so gotta keep the blue and the yellows apart from each other as possible by putting white in between. Right. Up there. Let me get the top of the canvas covered. Let's do that. Get the top of the canvas covered. A lot of paint. See, I'm actually running out of that white that I was actually just working with. Grab some more white. Some white, I'll use a little bit of phthalo blue, sort of just mix it right on the canvas. You can leave it as loose as you want it to be. It's just up to you as the artist. Or you can blend it nice and smooth. Or you can blend parts of it real smooth and leave other parts loose. I'm going to be careful right in here to sort of mix this together without adding too much paint so that yellow and blue don't come together too much. I'm using some paper towels just to kind of keep my knife clean as I work. So sort of bring that area together there so it sort of blends. You really don't know what's going to happen until you, excuse my arm for a second. You just don't know what's going to happen until you really work it in there. Some long strokes. Looks kind of nice there with those long strokes there. Better. Using a little like a circular stroke when you blend it. Good. Now we need to think about the other side of the canvas, right side. I think I'm going to have some darker clouds that are sort of purplish. Take some red, take some blue, mix those together. Come up sort of a bluish color, a reddish color. I think that's pretty good right there. See what it looks like on the canvas. Yeah, that's pretty good. Get that in there. I'm just going to move around on me, so let me put the top of that thing down there, top of the easel down. Get that blended in. Now start to work in some white. So it has a little bit of a nicer transition up into that blue. this area where it sort of comes into the yellow. Just think about how that's going to come together there. So be sort of loose with it. Put that kind of comes into the blue there. Good. Looking good. I like this contrast right in here. That's nice. Take a little bit more of that. Sort of bring it out into the area where the sunlight is. Little clouds sort of streaking by down there. Small little clouds there. Just pull my knife off a little bit. Don't have too much paint on. There's a couple little clouds over here just to sort of balance it off a little. I guess puts a little something on the other side. There's a couple little clouds up in there, sort of tap them in. Staying with the same flow of the sky in this direction here. Now, let me see, I'll sort of blend them a little with the knife. A little bit of that yellow on top. So whatever happens, happens. So just let it go, really. Now, there's a lot of paint on here, so it's really going to limit me in terms of how much I can keep working into it. I think it looks pretty good, though. I think this area here, I don't want it to be quite as contrasty. Work that in a little bit better. So I go back and forth with the color. Good. Now, let me see now. Now we have a little light up in the sky. It's sort of a pinkish color. I just sort of figure out where I want a couple clouds up in the sky. Somewhere around up there. So it adds a little bit more interest to it because there's another color going on up there. Up in here is a little bit of a cloud shape. Thicker than others. A little bit of a cloud over here. I'll break this area up a little bit with some light color. Not to overwork it too much. you get too much paint on there, just sort of wipe the knife off and kind of, you can't go back in and rework it like that. Right. Now there's an area, I'm going to grab another plate. This is an area that's lighter. A little bit lighter, a little more white. White, a little yellow, a little brighter color. And just right in here, sort of work that in like the sun is behind the clouds back there. And up in here, a little bit white. That's a little bit too light there. I don't want that so light there. Work that in. See where I got too bright, I'll just work it in. Pull it over. Not overworking it. I can always let it dry and go into it again if it's not bright enough. And let me just step back for a second, see what it looks like from a couple feet back. There's a couple shapes I don't like. I like to work that in a little more. And this over here is too strong. I like it. I think it has a lot of interest to it. I think it needs a little bit of lightness. Maybe go in this direction, sort of balance the sky a little bit better. Maybe a little bit more light on here. Light down there, a little yellow up there. A little bit abstract. A little bit of this yellow ochre. A little touch here and there. Just sort of like adding a little bit of interest. Looks like. You have to sort of step back once in a while when you paint a picture. A little bit of that over here, just sort of balance the sky. I think it looks pretty good, I think. Pretty good. Alright, so what I'm going to do next is I'm going to take this is just going to be part one of this painting. So I'm going to take the tape off from the back, pull that off, and put this nice clean horizon line. And I think I will stop there. That will be part one of this oil painting. Part two, I'll probably make it either tomorrow or the next day. And I'll have that up. Thanks for watching. See you guys next time.